last week's vlog, I noticed that I made an emphasis. I emphasized being a mom and how little time you have to yourself. And I think that there's a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Taylor has gotten a full-time job. He works as a hemp farmer now. This is the land for ganja and for hemp. And the legalization here makes it a lot easier, so a lot of the marijuana farms, now that hemp is legal federally, have just converted to hemp. And so he's found a really sweet full-time job working on a hemp farm, which is great. It is a bit of a shift for me. This whole week has seemed like an initiation back into momhood in this whole different way. Before in Arizona, I was working 3 days, Taylor was working 3 days, we had a day off together. I was able to squeeze in these like 3-hour chunks where I could work on creative projects. And I would have to myself to like regroup and regather. And that has felt like a requirement to me.
I go up on the roof and I watch her hanging up the clothes, and I'd say to her, wash the clothes, Sweedeedee, and hang 'em on the line. And I can see by the way you wash the clothes, your cooking must be fine.
I got to plant some flowers and put some seeds in the ground. It's getting late, it's already late June, so there's not too much that you can plant that will bloom before frost, but some zinnias that are fast growing should come up and do well. So I'm going to plant those in the ground, at least so I can get their seeds when they're done, and enjoy them. Yes. So it was really nice to actually get out and do some work in the yard. And this week my grand plan was to make a video about creating a medicine wheel, which is very much in process. I thought it was going to be out before this vlog actually, but there is just a huge adjustment to the timing of the forest. And my mentality before arriving here and for much of my life has been that go, 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 produce, produce, produce. I have had to take a good look inside and just slow down.
I'm with you in the morning, baby, till the break of day. I know you don't want my heart, trying to make me go away.
At first I was thinking, oh, 1 to 2 videos a week and I can totally bust out moving in, paying 100% attention to my child, preparing meals, cleaning, all of that, and still be a creative person. It's just a matter of taking a step back and realizing that it's absolutely okay to just be a mom. There's so much that's involved in that. I can still be a creative person and still be devoted to my child. And I'm learning about that right now. I think that the process of making the medicine wheel is one of the most transforming things about a medicine wheel. I know that once it's established, it has this potency and power, but the entire process of creating it and changing with it and the patience it takes. When I was in the School of Forest Medicine doing a bit of a psycho-spiritual herbalist course, we used to put up a medicine wheel within an hour. And I had the same expectation of myself that I could just bust it out in an afternoon, take cool footage, and create this film about it. But it's turned out to be much, much more than that. I'm not 16 people. It's been really wonderful to involve Atlas in the process of making the medicine wheel, the collecting of the stones. She helped me plant the sunflower in the center, the painting of the stones, the placing of the items and the gathering, and we've got to go up on a hike. I am still being initiated into motherhood. Every step is new, and newborn was new, of course, and you're not just a fully created mother at that point. Every stage is so different and so brilliant, and some are more demanding than others. I've noticed that the other girls around here, they have a higher level of independence than I notice in Atlas, because they have a lot more to keep them occupied here in the woods, and there's a lot more people that they can kind of wander to and still be safe. And so I noticed myself kind of pining over the amount of independence that I saw these young children having while still being in like joy. And so I've been subtly weaving that into our days more and more. I would do so when I was back in the house in Arizona, but there was a huge difference because when I needed time for myself, it was so much easier to be like, would you like to watch a show? And have her be engaged in the imaginative realm that's portrayed before her for an hour and a half at a time at some point. That's a huge chunk of time for someone who is, you know, striving for it. And so it's been a big transformation for me being out here without a television and no streaming capability to find those moments, those chunks of time. And so instead of being like, you're gonna do this while I'm doing this, I've just started to just do the things that I need to do. And I've noticed yesterday specifically, Atlas was able to just play by herself a lot more without so much supervision and without direction. Like, she can create her direction. I think that's just so healthy so that her imagination can soar. And I think that screen time is really valuable because it gives them, it's like a catalyst for the imagination at times. I think I'm recovering. I'm recovering from the withdrawal of screen time, her screen time, more than she is. I planted some seeds, and I also finally got some seeds in the bird feeder. I feel like it's always a kind offering to give the birds seeds so that they don't eat the seeds I just put in the ground. And I've been peeing around all the plants because there are deer that come down here and there. They don't hang around a lot because the dogs keep them at bay. But I've seen one down here, and I do not want it eating my flowers. I'm just right in the middle of it right now. It's week 3. That's not a lot of time, and to be honest, it has only felt like a couple of days. I had made a mistake. I just realized today when I was pretty frustrated because I felt like there's so much I wanted to do film-wise. I made a mistake of defining one of my happy places as like editing and making films. And I've also defined the forest as my happy place, and the water, and all of these definitions I've put on happiness. And like when I was in the desert, I can't say that I was as happy because I was away from water. And so, is that something I want to do to myself? Do I want to attach filmmaking to happiness? Do I want to attach the forest to happiness? Or, you know, attach Atlas to happiness? Like, how healthy is that? Or how unwise is that? Because if those things change and grow and transform or disappear in some form or fashion, then where does my happiness go? So I'm really being careful about how I place my definitions on myself, what I'm reaching for, reframing the whole idea about time, when things are supposed to happen, how they're supposed to happen, what it's going to look like, how it's going to come in, and all of this is just being like wrung out, changing. There's a lot to learn. And a lot more to enjoy. Ooh, the equation of motherhood.